So today we're talking about putting your investments together, why you should, and how you can go about it. So we'll start with the whys. First of all, clarity. You need to be able to say, this is what I have. This is how far I have grown. I started investing in 2020. This is 2025. And I started with this amount of money, and I can show you the records. The second reason you should keep your records in one place is that it is important for decision making. You need to know all that you have. When there are economic events occurring, when you see that something, you need to make a change, you need to be able to see, okay, this is what I have, this is what will be impacted by this economic event, and these are the things I'm going to do. But if you first of all have to start gathering all your investments from wherever they are, it becomes a messy process. Reason number three, to track your cash flows. By cash flows, I mean if you have any maturities coming in, if you have any dividend payments, if you have any interest that is coming in, you need to know when these things are coming up. The idea is that you should know when you have maturities coming up. You should pop up, you should set up a system that makes you know when you have maturities, when you have cash coming in. So you sort of prepare yourself for what to do with the cash that is coming in. But then let's go into how. The first thing about keeping your records is you need to know where your assets are. Of course, you know that your investments are assets. They're things that will bring value to you. So they are assets. So you should know where your assets are. What happens is that if, for example, you buy a treasury bill through a bank, the way it currently works is that that treasury bill must be moved to a custodian, so that if the bank actually goes down, you are not affected. You can actually go to that custodian and request for your securities, and it will be there waiting for you. But if you don't know that your securities are with that particular custodian, you don't know where to start from. So you actually need to know which custodians your asset manager or your bank is working with, so you know where your assets are. However, when you have investments in private equity, you have real estate investments, or you have agri-tech or all these non-standard regulated investments, all you have is a contract note or a letter. And that letter is the proof that you actually own the investment or you have cash in that particular asset or that property, right? So you need to keep those things properly. You need to know where all those records are. I need to keep them properly. Even if all you do, for example, in an agri-tech company is you get emails from them and they send you PDFs or whatever, you need to have a place where, even if it's a folder in your email where all those records are kept, so you automatically move them to that folder in your email. But you need to put all those things together. Now, the next thing, which is where we're going to, putting it together. Think of it like this. If you have real estate, you have equity, you have fixed income, you have mutual funds. By the way, if you don't know what debt and equity and mutual funds are, I have done videos about this, so you can actually subscribe to my channel and check the playlist on investing your money, and you come up to speed. That's that. So now about putting it together. If you have investment in equity, it's with a custodian. Your investment in treasury bills might be with your bank. Your real estate property might be in a safe or with your lawyer. Your private equity investments might be in your safe or with your lawyer, right? So what I recommend is to create a spreadsheet. Now, why I recommend a spreadsheet is, how do you accommodate if you have euro bonds? And then if you have investments, dollar investments, you have naira investments, you have equities in dollar, equities in, and then you have real estate. How do you put all that together? It's best thing is to create a spreadsheet that you update when there are changes. Like I said earlier, what this does is that it gives you a pictorial view or a clear view of, this is my total assets. And if, for example, you started creating this spreadsheet in 2017 and you're now in 2020, you would have seen how you'd have grown over the period. So if you're thinking about taking your investment journey seriously, you should start with these basics right now and commit to keeping up with it. I always recommend having an accountability partner because it just keeps you in check. So if you, and always have a friend, I always recommend that, especially when it's something new and something that you need to get into the discipline of. Another thing I would recommend, if you haven't seen my beginner investor checklist, you might check it out. It will pop up somewhere on one of these at the top right or left corner, right? Check it out and start. Just start. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, if you need any information, feel free to reach out to me. And don't forget that there are two things you can't outsource: your health and your finances. So you have to engage. You just have to engage. Thank you. Bye.